G-I or K-I?
You put in Jai.
You put in the Jai in there.
You put in J-A-I in a very peculiar spot.
Where I and I kind of wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you know, on the front burner, right? We pay always homage to our cultural icons. Man, we had the King of Kings with us today, you know, Rikki Jai on the podcast.
Rikki
The front burner with us.
What happened?
How you doing, Ricky?
What's cooking?
I like that.
Yeah. No, we always in some cook.
You know, it's funny you said that, you know, because the last time I had Ricky, we did a collaboration together. We did, I think it was like about 10 years ago.
Right.
He was on one of my cooking shows.
Really?
Correct.
I think I called him and he's like, what we cooking?
Yeah.
Big talk, you know. Well,
Yeah.
okay, when I come in, Jason, I'm coming to make this. When Ricky
Right.
preach on his show, you can say, well, you know, I don't cook. When I started talking to him, he said, well, you know, I do eat meat, you know.
Yes.
What is a vegetarian?
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian. I said, but that means he's a pest then.
I-
He says sometimes.
Listen, I proudly say I was a mommy boy.
Right.
My mother cooked for me till and she's still cooking for me.
She's still good. Right.
When she migrated and left me in Trinidad by myself, I have to say the people, Gina and the girls in the breakfast shed became
They mind you.
my secondary mothers.
Right.
And I was eating there for almost 10 years. Then, you know, back in the village, my sister or my sister-in-law cooking. There was no need for me to cook. And honestly, slicing up stuff and washing meat and all that kind of thing is not my cup of tea.
Right.
Speaking of cup of tea, that is what I could do. I can make a good cup of tea or a good cup of coffee.
Well, you say you're accustomed with your mother cooking for you.
Yeah,
Where did you grow up, though?
I grew up in a village called Friendship Village, just out of San Fernando.
Close to me, yeah.
Yeah. So I spent most of my young life, adult, in that village. And then when I got married, I moved to St. Augustine because traffic on the highway was a little too much. Even though I love South with a passion, there's a distinct difference between the air in North and the air in South.
Yeah.
The people in North and the people in South. South people is very homely, laid back, pleasant.
Yeah.
You know, I would say, you know, accommodating. You know, South people just do things for you, whereas in town, people almost like they're living in New York.
Yeah.
You know,
It is
so
a doggy
it's
dog.
two-
A doggy dog.
Yeah, it's two different ways of life. Even Indian people from South, different to Indian people from North. They have different ways of life. You know, it's a whole different scene.
Right.
So I am South born, South bred.
Well, same here. South is love, you know. We know that. Every time I pass, you know, it's a pass down friendship side as a child. You know, I always accustomed with people saying, look like Rikki Jai bar here. You had a bar.
You had a bar?
Parents.
No, so what
Tell
happened?
me.
My sister and her husband had a bar called Nell's Bar. Unfortunately, in 1994, he passed away.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to Queen's College at the time. And she, being my eldest sister with 2 little children, and I being the only unmarried person in my family at the time, my father said to me, pack your bags, you're going home to live with your sister. I said, but Daddy, you're going to college.
Yeah.
He said, you could go to college anytime. Your sister, husband just died.
Yes.
You need to go home and stay with she. And that was it. I was in year 2 or year 3 in Queen's College. And I just went and tell the dean what happened and took a leave and never went back. And, you know, earlier on we were talking about how the universe operates.
Mm-hmm.
The calling at that time, I was already in music. I already had Sumntra, Keep It Pumping, Show Me Emotion, Wine and a Bumsy.
All those songs you had already
Big soca
accomplished?
songs. And I'm probably about 28 years old at the time. And I realized that I need to further my education.
Right.
I need to have a plan B. And at the time, computer science was now developing in a nice way in Trinidad, but it wasn't available at the University of the West Indies. So I wanted to get, and I was working at customs too. I wanted no pay leave to go and study. I didn't want to quit my government job.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and so I got no pay leave to go and study computer science, and had things gone as originally planned, I'm not sure if the artist Rikki Jai would be sitting here today, because I would have gone into computer science, become, get my BSc, then go on to, masters and everything else, and I might be living in Silicon Valley right now.
Exactly.
But the universe has a different plan for every single person.
Right.
And I think that my plan led me back to Trinidad and led me to continue in the field of music. And up until that time, I really wasn't involved in chutney music to say. My focus was strictly Calypso music.
But most people don't know that about you. Like, when I say most people, the elders will know that, but this generation, that like my generation and so forth, would not know that you had a Calypsonian background.
No. The people hear Rikki Jai, they automatically think chutney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think the king of kings of chutney. That's what it is. But as you say, Calypso, how was that experience? I mean, you would have started an East Indian guy from South going to Port of Spain where all the tents are. And there's this historian, George Maharaj.
Yeah, I know George.
He,
very well.
musical historian, and he said that, he quantified Calypso music as the music of African or Black people.
Right.
That's what he said in his book. And people associate with Calypso-Soca. How was it for someone such as you to break into that scene? Was it challenging? Did it work out? I mean, what did you face when you started to go to those tents?
I have to say, from the get-go, it was love. Real love. I would say in my entire career, which spans over 35 years, I've had moments of unpleasantries, I would say. I had moments where things didn't look like the heart that I was expecting. But for the most part, I would say, being an Indo-Trinidadian, I received nothing but love from Afro-Trinidadians, from white Trinidadians, from Chinese, from Portuguese, whatever the racial person in the country is, Douglas, whatever. I mean, I just walking through the mall and everybody's like, "Hey, Rikki, what going on? Hey, I like your song this year. Hey, yeah, man, keep up the good work." And this is a cross section of people: Black, white, Indian, Chinese. People just, it's love. I don't expect to be loved all the time, and I don't expect to get love all the time. But I could safely say, from Sumntra to 2025, and even when I walked out onto Skinner's Park stage for the semi-finals of the Mashka, the Calypso finals in 2025, I was so shocked, but relieved and happy at the same time.
That is a scary
to
thing.
get that roar
Yes.
of love when the Master of Ceremonies introduced me, and she gave me such a big introduction that when I walked out in the Skinner's Park for the semi-finals, man,
You felt
all fears, all anxiety just went to the back of the stage. Again, love.
But you would feel that feeling every single time you go on stage as a performer. Not only for like Chutney-Soca, Monarch, or Skinner's Park, but you still get butterflies?
Of course, the day I stop getting butterflies is better I stop singing.
Yeah.
You understand? Butterflies and a little anxiety is part of the game, because really and truly, if you were to take for granted that every audience is the same audience, then you're a fool.
Right.
Every destination, every concert audience is different. Some people will like some of your songs. Some people come to see somebody else. So you never know. It's always good to have that, that little edginess And once you grab the microphone and it disappears, well, then you know you're in a safe place. But if from backstage I nonchalant about the whole thing and
something wrong.
I should quit.
But did you know, growing up, did you know like you was going to be so great as an entertainer and achieve so much, or when you was young you just feeling out your way? And because sometimes we try we hand at things we don't sure where we could reach with it, or you had a vision. I say I'm going to be the best one day. I'm going to be.
He said he was involved in music already when he went to start to help your sister. So it wasn't, I mean, he was leading to what?
I think he's alluding to before that, BC.
Right.
BC.
As a kid, you saw yourself being a Chutney King or a Calypso King. Did you see you had visions of that? Or?
If I could take myself back inside of myself, way back, I would like to say that I always dreamt of being on the stage like Lionel Richie or the Bee Gees. Or like Kishore Kumar and
okay.
So in the back of my head, I was like, I wonder what this is feel like. You know, what it's gonna be like. But to say that I had a clear vision for my life when I was growing up, no. I grew up in a very, I would say, humble household. Humble in the sense that we weren't rich, but we had food every day. We weren't poor because we had clothes on our back. My father was a taxi driver. My mom was a housewife. We had typical Indian family. We had chickens in the back. We had ducks. We had goat. The whole back of the house is only corn and peas and yam and dasheen and okra and same and you know what I mean? We just didn't have what you call a lot of disposable income.
Right.
Okay.
So for me, you know, going through school and coming up, it was about getting a job. It was about getting a job to see how I could help out in the family.
You mentioned customs officer.
No, I was never a customs officer. I worked in the administrative department of customs and excise.
Sure.
I didn't. If I had stayed one more year, I might have become a customs officer.
Okay.
But you know, going back to the question about if I knew the direction where I wanted to go, brother or brothers, I couldn't play football, cricket, nothing sports. So I was very, very undecided. After I left St. Stephen's College, I was the only person in my class that didn't go to university. You want to know why?
Yeah.
I didn't have no money.
Right, simple.
Everybody else's father was a engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, or something. The father was a farmer or something.
Right.
However they could do it, they were able to send their kids to school. But my dad, at that point in time, said to me straight up, son, I could take it to A levels, but beyond that, I don't have the money to send you to university. So the next thing was to find a job.
Right.
Finding a job with 8 O levels and 2 A levels wasn't as easy as I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I sent out, I would say, more than 1,000 applications to every single government agency, everything on point listas, this and that, and I can't get a job.
So, well, I understand that you didn't have your father didn't have the funds to send you for further your schooling and stuff, but I see you mention you don't play no sports as a young boy, a male growing up.
I say I don't play sports, you know. I just wasn't good at it.
Oh, yeah, okay, but you play. No, it's a difference. It's a difference. At least you play.
I played.
Right.
On the cricket team, but probably number 11.
On
the football team.
You're always the last one.
Yeah. You ever stand up in a group, you ever watch a movie and you see it have a fella in front waving his hand to get picked? Pick me.
That's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
But nobody are picking me.
You last. You fall.
I the person that when they reach down to the end, they say,
right.
All right, Rikki, come.
They feel sorry for you.
Well, you see, clearly your skill wasn't that no physical activity. Your skill is singing.
Yeah.
And we see that.
Well, he's a fella. I figure he has some bravery inside him. The only man who could stand on that rock on San Fernando Hill.
Is he?
Yeah.
In Sumntra video.
Yeah.
That was
that big. So
I
people
don't see
know
that
the rock.
by me there.
How you reach up?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Filming that video was a little bit frightening because where I shoot that video, that was like right on the edge of the hill, and Vishnu Balrup and Dave Sirajuddin, who were shooting the video at the time with Barry Makomi, They say like, yo, we want to get a real good shot.
So yeah.
I say, but all you see how deep this thing is.
Yeah.
It's a suicidal shot.
Yeah.
But that they work. That is a memorable video now, because the only man who has been able to like stand so tall on that hill is you.
Yeah.
With Sumntra.
I don't think there's a lot of people that go and do it.
No. Sumntra should there.
They bar it. I think they put wire on.
I went up there the other day. They bar it off and whatnot like that.
Yeah. But talking about Sumntra at the same time, you know, Sumntra was going to be one of your biggest hits, though. I believe it was, right?
So, you know, back in the day when we were making music, there were no CDs and USB drives and all these things.
That time they not
records.
Okay, records.
So, when I went to make my first record, Kenny Phillips was the producer. Say, well, you know, you can't make one song. I said, why? We can't put the song and an instrumental in next side. He said, man, be innovative, no, man. Put 2 songs.
Right.
So we had a side A and a side B. Now, if you go back to my first record album, you'll see the name of the album is Rikki Jai, Getting On. Me, Nadia, Nada Duki, with a bottle of white oak. Right? We Getting On. And that was the name of my song that I had all my hopes and dreams and aspirations for the soca, you know, for the industry. I have everything hanging on that. And Sumntra was really the B song. So that was my backup song.
Oh.
And went into Port of Spain, deliver all the radio stations and things, and tell them, you know, this is my song. Eh? This is the song I'm pushing.
You're pushing.
Yeah, getting on. And nobody take me on. The minute I reach in town and they see an Indian, they say, where's the next side? And it start, Mindia Cham Kegi. They say, all right, play that. Play that. And stupid me now saying, no. Play the other side.
Yeah.
And they was like, but the other side not happening. This side happening. And I had to rock back and say, well, all right. And Ian Elegor, who was
the goose
on 100 at the time, he used to do Mario's at the drive time at the time. And he said to me, listen, this song is the song, you know, so stop telling people with that. It was good.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, pal, listen, this song is the song. Right? What chance you got with this song? And so said, so done. Getting On, didn't get on at all. In fact, it didn't get off.
But since then, I remember we watching videos on TTT with Show Me Emotion, with a little cartoon Rikki Jai. You know, people who watching that know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we start to graduate to you really taking some stakes in the Chutney-Soca.
Well, there's a couple things that were happening there. You know, when you asked me earlier on about how I felt about going into the industry, you know, I got into the industry only because I could sing soca music. Only because I could sing Calypso music. I went to a function. The band that was playing, they were playing Indian music, they was playing Chutney. And when they had to play the Calypsos, they started to play instrumentals. So jokingly, again, you hear me talking about the universe plenty here. Jokingly, I tell the guy, you want somebody to sing them Calypsos or what? For some strange reason, I knew all them Calypsos that he did. Every Baron song, every Sparrow, every Kitchener. I knew all. And he said, listen, if you're serious, come up Tuesday for an interview, audition.
Right.
We'll see how it goes from there. He said, learn 4 songs. I learned about 20 songs.
Yeah.
In fact, I ain't had to learn no songs. I know all the songs.
You know them, yeah.
So I went up and we did the audition. And he said, start. And that was the beginning of it. From that band, the guys from Triveni saw me.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me to leave that band and go with them. So I did. I felt it was a big leap. Moving from a South band to a band in Port of Spain that played in parties. All the soca fets. Triveni was the only band at the time that was playing in all the soca fets. So I saw that as, this is my opportunity here. And I went, and it's in that time with Triveni that I was able to really start honing my craft to become the Calypsonian, the soca artist that I would want to be now.
Right.
Because now we opening for David Rudder,
Right.
Colin Lucas,
Yeah.
Tambu, Kalyan, Fire. I can tell you all the big bands: Fireflight, Sound Revolution, Blue Ventures, you name it. All the big names. Traffic back in the days wasn't Traffic, was something else.
Blue Ventures.
But all the big names. Ronnie McIntosh was at Chandelier. Carl and Carol had their own band. Triveni would be Byron Lee and the Dragonaires. Triveni would be the opening band for all these events. When we go to these events, we ain't leaving.
Right.
So what I would do, as soon as I done sing, I on the side of the stage. And I soaking up
everything
that everybody doing. And I started to learn from the frontline singers, what they're doing, how they're planning out their sets, how they, everything that they're doing, I started to sponge it up.
All right.
And I'll go back and tell Virendra and Jimmy Sinat and them, I said, listen, this is what we had to do. This is how we had to structure the set. This is how the thing had to go.
To go down that way.
I wasn't known yet. I wasn't Rikki Jai. I was just Rikki. The changing point for me to move into soca. And like I say, I only get into this thing because there was already a long list of people doing Bollywood songs,
right.
A long list doing chutney and everything else. So they didn't need anybody else to do that. No Indian band wanted anybody. In fact, I don't know if you remember this, Jason, but Indian bands long ago used to have like 8 singers in it. One Mohammed Rafi specialist, one Kishore Kumar specialist, one Mukesh specialist, a female singer to sing Lata song, a next one to sing Asha Bhosle, a next one to sing Sundar. You're talking 6 singers in a band. You know? When I joined Triveni, I was the 8th singer. You know?
Wow.
But the only good thing about me is that I doing party music. I come in the session when it's time to mash up the place. In about a year of being with Triveni, we're playing at the Airports Authority. And an Indian lady by the name of Drupati Ramgunai came on with a song called Roll Up the Tassa.
Right.
Boy. Big song.
A big song, yeah.
When she finished sing Roll Up the Tassa, I doing background vocals for her. I don't know her personally at the time.
Right.
I was in awe because this little Indian woman run on the stage, wee, and mash up the whole party. And I talking, this is not an Indian fete. This is not a chutney event. This is a soca party.
Yeah.
Triveni, Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, Blue Ventures, 4 bands. And this lady come in here and rip it up. I talking Indian, African, everybody in the party just going crazy. And I say, you know what? If this Indian woman could do what she's doing, then I need to do the same thing. And if she breaking down walls and opening doors, then I need to go through that space before they close it back up.
Yeah.
And so what I did the very next day, I came down to Southland Mall. I went in my Harry Amarasing record store.
All right.
And I looked for that record. I looking for information now. Who is the writer? Who is the producer? Where was this thing made? I write down everything and I start making calls. Find the number for Kenny Phillips. Find the number for this one. Find that. Start making calls. What made life a little easy for me was I was working customs at the time. And in my department, which was the leave department, we're dealing with vacation leave, pension leave, sick leave. I in charge of that department.
Right.
The guy working on the desk next to me is a fellow named Errol Ballantyne, Bali. So I leaned on him for some advice. And, you will see that in my lifetime of being an artist, I lend and give advice to younger artists willingly, freely, all the time. Because on my way up, people like Errol Ballantyne, David Rudder, Black Stalin, anytime I lean on them for advice or information, they willingly gave it to me because they saw a continuation of what they were doing. So Errol Ballantyne was able to hook me up with Gregory Ballantyne. And so we got the song Sumntra.
Right.
GB wrote Sumntra.
Right.
And Alison Ayres wrote Getting On. But that is how the thing came to
fruition.
To where it started. That was the first set of provision we put in the pot.
Right. I mean, yes, a real pioneer out here, icon to many consider you the king at Chutney's.
Yes.
Calypso too. But you had so many hits. You had Sumntra, you had Motor. What you had again? White Took on Water.
Barman.
Yeah.
Barman was a big one.
One of my favorites is Neighbor.
Right.
Yeah.
Big songs.
Out of all these songs, which one you didn't think would make it so big, that had a real impact or that really drive and where?
You don't know which song gonna be a hit. For me to tell you that,
I mean, you must have some. You said this going to be a hit.
I don't know. Listen,
I know.
You could speak to any of the great artists out there.
Yeah.
They will tell you they're putting out these songs, but there's no guarantee that the song is gonna become a hit.
But was there one that I really had much hope in it, but I threw it out there? But it really had a real drive.
No. Every time I do a song, Sumntra might have been the only time that I put out a song that I didn't think was going to be a hit, that became the hit. But after that, every song I pelt out, I said, that is the song. That is the song.
Right.
But you need to have that feel also. The years you would be so vibrant in Chutney-Soca Monarch. We know you come in, when you hear Rikki inside of this thing, it's like, when you put out that one song, you have to bank on it.
It come back to something now. After a while, you start confidence starts to build inside of you. And that confidence lends into your writing, it lends into your productions. There's a lot of things that would have made me being so successful, happen the way it did. Back in the day, let's take like with Sumntra, for instance. I was one of the first people in the industry to actually do a music video.
Okay.
Prior to Sumntra, people doing videos would stand by a palm tree or a tree in TTT and mime the song. All right?
You went on the hill on a rock.
I had to thank Dave Surajudeen for that. Dave Surajudeen is the owner now of a printery in Barrett area called Tex Print. And I was introduced to his father, Valentine Tex Surajudeen, through Harry Amar Singh. When I went to meet Tex, Dave, his son, who was handling the printery, come outside and say, "You're a very kind of rough fella for a small fella." He's like, "Yeah, who's you? What, somebody dealing with you?" For me, everything was yes, sir, and no, sir, and things, because I come from
that kind of household.
Yeah.
So I told him who I was, and I came to do a record jacket for my Calypso. And the minute I said the word Calypso, he said, "Calypso? You're Indian?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Indian singing Calypso except the Mighty Indian and Raja and Hindu Prince. When you come out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, I now coming out. Let me hear your song." So in them days, we have Walkman. I take out my Walkman and I give him my Walkman with the headphones, and he listened to it. He take my Walkman, he go on in the office. I don't know what he do with it, he come back out. He said, I just played this song for two of them fellas who like Calypso in the back there, They really like it. I feel you have something here. I said, "Well, thank you. And I bend back my head. He said, "You ever think about doing a music video?" I said, "Well, sir, I'll be honest with you. You see, the last set of money I have, I just give your father it. Right now, I only have money to travel back to Port of Spain."
Wow.
You hear what I'm saying here? Travel back to Port of Spain to go back to work.
Right.
I came down there during my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
Travel from Port of Spain to Barrett area.
Mm-hmm.
Go and meet them and travel back to go back to work. All within an hour. I said, so I only have enough money to go back to work and, well, take the bus to go back San Fernando. I ain't no car in them days. He said, yeah, what I'll do for you? So I make a call. And he called Vishnu Balrup. And he called Barry Makomi. Now, Vishnu had now started a company called Vishtrack.
Right.
Where he was moving from sound into video. And Barry Makomi had now come back from wherever in the world he was. And he had now set up a company called Advanced Dynamics Limited.
Oh, I know Advance.
Right. So they were really on the cusp of developing their businesses in Trinidad. And the three of them got together and shot that video for me absolutely free.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's how the Sumntra video came to be?
And that's how the Sumntra video came into being. Now, once it came out, we realized now we have something that nobody else have.
Yeah, yeah.
So we started to do more videos because now, that was the social media of the day. We realize now that TTT, TV6,
AVM,
they have a lot of spare time during the day in between shows. Sometimes something get preempted or whatever. So they wanted content. So from back then, I was an influencer. And that would have been my niche in becoming the household name Rikki Jai. People were now able to see our face to the artist, whereas before, the average Calypsonian walking on the road, nobody wouldn't know who it is because you only hearing their music on radio. And very rarely you see them except if they make Skinner's Park or they make the March Gras and it hit national TV. You understand?
Right.
So that was my thing there. I cornered that aspect of marketing and I literally spent all my money on making videos and advertising and things for the first 5 years of my life. I had no money,
Yeah.
No, well, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, I had no money in them days,
You had no money in them days.
Yeah.
But now, wait, 9-time Monarch, right?
Yeah.
Right. Chutney-Soca in them days.
9 times.
9 times Monarch, right?
Well done.
2011, $2 million, whatnot. You win Monarch, what you do with all that money now? You must be a multi-millionaire now.
I keep saying that there was, whatever money I was making in the early years, I was reinvesting into the business. And I was a young man without a parrot and a stick. So money wasn't really important to me. Career was.
Okay.
I funneled all my money back into music. But being who I was at the time, I wasn't the high demand artist. I was also pick. So if a man having a show with David Rudder and Tambu, they were slipping Rikki Jai there, for the color.
Right. Okay.
But I ain't getting the same pay as David Rudder and Tambu. You understand? And this has always been a issue. Chutney artists, soca artists don't get the same pay.
Yeah.
We have a big difference in how we get paid.
You think they view Chutney-Soca with a little less respect as the soca will?
I don't know if respect is the right word, but we just don't get the same money.
Even like a Rafi B,
He gotta answer that question.
Yeah.
I choose not to answer questions where other people are concerned. I only speak for myself.
Right.
I would think that now I forced the issue to be changed because when it started, like I said, the disparity was a little bit, But over the years, I was able to move it. And now I'm sure that the younger artists like Raymond and Ravi and KI, I'm sure they're able to command more money than what we were getting back in the day.
Right.
But you know what, Rikki?
But, because we have become more established, the genre has grown much more than it was back then. It's more accepted, it's more appreciated then.
Right.
You know?
But I still think that the Chutney-Soca gets the raw end of the stick. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of judgment, a sort of unfair judgment that goes into it, where the quality, soca people will sing about, oh, and a bottle of rum, bumper, woman, horn, jamming, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But these are topics that we sing about in Chutney-Soca also.
I know where you're going with this because, you know, I meet people all the time, and the first thing they say is that, you know, chutney singing is only about rum. And I have to bite my tongue because I want to lash back at these, I would say, ignoramus statements. But the truth is, there are not that many rum chutney songs, you know. Rum Till I Die,
A Drinker,
Dula Rikki, what was the song Ravi singing? No, not that one. Aquila, Barman,
Right.
Punchin. I ain't reached 10 yet.
But
I ain't reached 10 yet.
Those seem to me have the highest impact,
But they were big songs.
Yes.
Right.
Now, I don't have enough fingers to tell you how much soca songs it have on rum. And still, every year, they're rum. And even the content of the songs is about rum or Hennessy or something else.
Yeah.
But the same people that stigmatizing the chutney, they're in all-inclusives.
Yes.
Whining low, hand in the air to those soca songs. That's fine. I don't want to fight this argument, but I will defend it all the time. A lot of our chutney music people don't listen to, or they haven't paid attention to, or they don't understand it. Let's say Motor, for instance, my song. There's no rum in that.
True.
That is and I ain't blowing my own trumpet here. You know. It's one of the biggest chutney songs of all times. You go to Guyana or Suriname or anywhere where there's an Indian wedding right now, Motor still playing.
Yeah.
Not only Motor, Anand Yankaran, Rakesh Yankaran, Rasika Dindial,
Hema.
Sonny Man, Himlata Dindial, Budram Hulas,
Sam Budram.
Sam Budram. You know, if I bring all these chutney songs, the hits that we all created over the years, there's nothing about alcohol in it.
It's true.
Nothing.
Lalana, who see all of those songs, no rum?
No alcohol. Our industry is not based on rum.
Yeah, no.
Our industry is based on the cultural life of Indian people. And I alluded to that in an interview with Michael Mondesi recently when he was talking about the Indian arrival. And I said, I feel proud about, you know, the songs that I have done, as many of my counterparts have done, where Indian culture is concerned, because if you examine my repertoire, I deal with Matikur.
Right.
I deal with Lawa.
Barahi.
I deal with Barahi. I deal with Farewell. I deal with Kangan. I deal with Riverline.
Right.
Every aspect of our Indian way of life, culturally, I have done it in song. But nobody speaks about that.
That's true.
What they will say is that you only singing about rum. I agree. I have sung songs that is based on rum. Barman, Johnny Walker, White Oak and Water. Yeah, I win $2 million singing about White Oak and Water, but it was a love song.
Yes,
Did anybody take the time to examine
No.
the story, the body of the song, what I was singing about?
No, it does have a stigma, Indian, chutney, they're thinking about rum.
And whether or not you are Indian, African, Chinese or otherwise, when you go by somebody's house, what is the first thing they do?
You want a drink?
Would you like something to drink?
Yeah.
Tea, coffee or something hard?
Johnny Walker.
So this is what I was saying. When I went to ask for the girl's hand in marriage, the father said, yeah man, let me drink something on that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way of life?
Exactly.
Isn't that a norm maybe if you're a highly religious person, you will get orange juice.
Yeah.
But the average Indian home or even African home or wherever home you go, people who are not bound by religious, you know,
semblances,
you will get an offering for a beer, a glass of wine,
I think
or a scotch.
I think they pick on it a lot. And in addition to that, and again, our next cross-reference will be the melodies. Okay. I'm a fan of using Bollywood melodies to craft songs. It shows a level of creativity and innovation. But there are a lot of soca songs outside there, even rap songs, R&B songs that use samples from many different artists to generate something new. And I remember Mr. Singh, George Singh, they came down hard on him in 2013 or 14. They don't want any alcohol, no Bollywood melody rhythms in his competition, just to satisfy the public. And you know what he said? He said the same people who would champion the causes of they don't want rum, they don't want this, they're the same people that didn't even come to the show.
Yeah, right. You're quite right. We have a lot of critics who don't listen to the music. One, who are not part of the culture. Two, you know, we have Indians in this country who are not Indians.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they think there is, but they don't feel there's Indians.
Yeah.
And the only time they want to hear a chutney song is when the son or the daughter getting married in the Hyatt. Then, hey, call Ravi, call Raymond, call Ricky.
Correct, sure.
And make sure and sing motor, make sure and sing.
Yeah.
The next day, they're back to being non-Indians.
Non-Indian.
Yeah. Ricky, come like Mickel, right? I tell Mickel, I say, Mickel, we have Ricky coming, right? You know, he do eat meat and whatnot like that. He said, well, let me get something sweet. So I think the boy will bring some korma and barfi.
Yeah.
Boy, this is the Indian you're dealing with, You bring, what you bring here, Mickel? You bring cheesecake tripe. Where you got this from?
I got these from my friend, Presence by Rihanna. She has a lovely place in Princestown and she does some lovely desserts. And they not only taste good, but they look very presentable as well.
So she did brownies also?
Yes. We have brownies and cheesecake.
Look in the sweetener.
She has many other things. So you all check out in Princestown, Friskies by Rihanna.
Well, we're going to get a professional opinion on that now.
Professional opinion.
The thing about it is this, right? I view food as this. There are people who view food as, you know, they live to eat.
Right.
Some people live to eat.
I eat to live.
To live.
So you won't find me going crazy and saying, hey, I'm feeling to eat this and I want to eat this and all kind of thing. No. I just walk through the mall, I asking everybody, you know, is there no place that making smoothies with a little protein powder in it inside there? All this junk food all they have inside here from this way and that eye and you know.
But you're a simple eater?
Very, very simple. You give me some grilled fish, provisions, some steamed vegetables every day and I'm happy.
But you have a restaurant and bar in New York City right now, correct? How did that come about? We hear in your journey, went from bar, customs, Calypso, Chutney, now this.
As an artist, as you're getting older, you know, I read more now.
Right.
And in part of my readings and understanding the ways of life, you know, you have to understand too that as an artist, as you age, the two things could happen. You're physically, mentally, a lot of things happen to you. So there had come a point in time in my life where I was a little bit tired. I was burnt out. I wasn't feeling the same drive as I'm probably feeling now. Right now I'm feeling like I was 22 again, although I'm not. But you get to a point where, you know, just packing that suitcase to hit the airport again becomes a chore.
It's a task.
Going through that customs, clearing, going to a hotel room, staying for a day, doing the show, it starts to get like, it gets to you.
Right.
I don't know if you know Steve Perry's song Faithfully.
Yes.
Highway Run. Well, that's me.
Journey.
Yeah. That I feel akin to that song because that's how I was with my wife.
One of my favorites.
You understand? We on the phone and we are talking to the kids. After a while, I want to drop my children to school.
Yeah.
I want to pick them up from school. I want to be there for the birthday. I want to be there for important things in life. And sometimes the music road takes away that. So I just decided, I need to find, I was a full-time musician for a very, very long time, doing nothing else except the odd trips to China or wherever else to buy goods and bring in to supplement my income, because I always felt that I needed to supplement my way of life, so that the day that I do have a hit song, because our industry is, you're as good as your last hit. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Yeah,
Jason.
You're good as your last job.
Yeah, you're as good as your last hit song. You'll see this carnival, there was probably one guy with all the jobs, and next year you're thinking,
where he going?
All right, but let me see what this man bringing.
Yeah.
And he sung a hit. And the same promoters that was providing the black limo and thing for him last year, this year, they ain't taking his call.
Right.
So when I see this pattern start to emerge, and I'm very fortunate. God, blessed me in a way where I have had hits in different genres. Very few artists have that. I have hits in soca, and then when I moved to Chutney, I started to get hits in Chutney. Then I had hits back in soca. Then I have parang soca hits. I have, I also do Calypso. So I was always kind of bubbling in between, but inside of all of that, a realization came that these promoters, they don't give a rat's ass about you.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them. Not one promoter, unless he's actively involved in your career.
Right.
As for some financial gain, they don't really care about you. And I say this without any malice to anyone out there, any of the promoters. I appreciate everyone who has booked me in the past and rebooked me. But the truth is, there will come a time when that same person will say, I'm booking Rikki this year, right? Let me book Jason, let me book, so and so.
Well, who you think, as you say, as you get mature, you get older, you get wiser.
But wait, let me finish that trend of thought. Getting into the restaurant was one of the streams I looked at over the years that would be a revenue generator for me.
Yes.
Also, from a holistic point of view, I employ almost 20 people in that restaurant. I am able to give back to society. I am able to help people take care of their families. I have 3 chefs, 3 kitchen assistants, 7 servers, 3 busboys. So plus me, my wife, my 2 sons, my brother. We all run that little operation.
A restaurant?
A restaurant. In 2 years, Sheriff Street Restaurant and Lounge has surpassed all expectations by anybody in New York, in that area. Everybody say you go shut down, you ain't gonna make. We've completely blown away everybody where that is concerned. But going back to your question, I firmly believe, like I say through my readings, man must have more than one income stream. Yeah. So I have my music, that's one income stream. Right. I have income from my royalties, from cut, from ASCAP, income coming in from Spotify. All right, so there's 2 streams. I have other companies that I run, investments, and all of that is for me to live the life that I want to live, and to provide the life for my wife, for my kids, and to also be able to be of assistance to other people in my family if the need should arise.
Right.
So I would advise artists to do the same thing. Don't think for one moment that you're going to remain on top. Don't think for one moment that you are going to always have the hit song, because you're not. You know what I mean? And you could have a bag of hit songs, but you don't have a current hit song. Trust me. promoters look at you
differently.
Right.
Yeah.
As I was talking about your restaurant too. Where is it though? In New York, Liberty, Richmond Hill, tell me.
We're in the heart of Little Guyana.
Heart of Little Guyana.
Yeah.
So to everyone out there, be sure to...
Lefferts.
What's the name of the place?
Sheriff Street Restaurant and Lounge.
Sheriff Street.
Sheriff Street.
Sheriff Street. You all be sure to check out Sheriff Street.
You gotta ask me why I name it Sheriff Street.
Well, let me hear why.
Sheriff is a
Let Jason answer that question.
So it's a popular name in Guyana.
Correct.
And it's a Sheriff Street in Guyana also.
Okay.
Sheriff is also a family in Guyana also.
Right.
So it has a lot of heritage attached to it and that nature.
Yeah.
I was to ask you, as you mentioned, you putting out all this wise words to the current battalion of artists that we have right now. What do you think are two good flag bearers for Chutney and Soca right now, bro, that flying the flag?
Well, the two that would stand out immediately would be Ravi and KI. I think they are the forefront of the younger generation of artists. You said something a while ago about Bollywood melodies and chutney music, and we didn't get to touch on it. So here's my 2 cents on that, right? Chutney music is indigenous to Trinidad and Tobago, because we took something from India, mix it up, and make our own song.
Right.
That song would have been the melodies of music that would have come out of Bihar and in UP in India, Uttar Pradesh. That song would have been the songs that would have come with our grandparents, the songs that they would have been singing, and that stayed to build the original set of chutney music. And I could tell you where the disconnect came with the music. If you look back at some of the biggest chutney songs, Nanda Baba, Rangadal, Motor, Budram Hulas, Rasika Dindia, all these people had a direct connection with somebody who was connected with somebody who came from India.
Yeah.
All these people had some connection with the Hindi/Bhojpuri language.
All right.
And all these people would have created songs or used poetry from books to create songs that would have been of mass appeal to the era at the time. Fast forward to now, we have a whole generation of young artists now that making, chutney with only Bollywood melodies.
Yes.
And I think that is to the detriment of what we know chutney music to be. While I am not against it, and there are quite a few hit songs that were built from the complete use of Bollywood melodies, and that would have gone back to Hitman, Hunter, Ravi. You would see the statistics will show you the evidence, the empirical evidence will show you that this has only worked for a select few.
Right.
Yet the masses continue to just blindly take melodies from Bollywood songs in the hope that they become successful like Ravi or KI or Hunter or Hitman. The truth of it is that it worked for some of the artists and it is not working for most.
Understood.
So what are we supposed to do? There's only one thing to do, You have to go back to the drawing board. Advice to all these young artists out there. Go and find some old people who know Hindi, who know Bhojpuri, who have some recollection of something. Listen to me.
Yeah, listening.
and dabble in that you left in the back, and put your new wave, your new thoughts and everything to it, and let's see if that could bring the thing back up to
bring
where
it to
should
the
be.
front burner. Bring it onto the front burner and try it out.
Again, I have also used Bollywood melodies in some of my songs, like Barman, for instance. The chorus of Barman is actually from an Indian song called Dil Mera Ek Aska Panchi. All right?
Yeah, correct, yes.
But what I did there, I just used the chorus, and the rest of the song I crafted myself.
Okay.
Right? A lot of artists are taking the easy route of taking a melody that is already existing
and just rolling with the whole thing.
And rolling with the words.
Yeah.
And that is creativity in one way. I'm not going to knock it.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't find a way to make original Chutney songs again, I am sorry to say that very soon, only songs that you keep hearing over and over is the same songs you're going to have in the next 15 to 20 years.
Okay.
Because nobody is creating hits.
Yeah, they're not being original anymore.
Nobody is coming out with anything. Even the names that I called just now don't have any recent hits. That should be a sign to every stakeholder in this industry. Wake up. Why is the soca industry so successful? Why are they creating hits every year? Why is the reggae industry? Why is the dancehall? Why is the pop industry creating hits every year? Because, you know, they
sit down and work
understand their craft.
Yeah.
They sit with the chords that make hits. If you listen to Lionel Richie speak, he will tell you why his songs are so loved, because of the chords he uses.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the guy who produced all the big artists, David, he did Celine Dion and all these guys. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
But if you listen to this guy, he will show you that there are chords, there's a structure. And all we have to do as chutney artists, sit down with a Rishi Gayadeen, a Virendra Prasad, a Rupal G, you know, somebody who understands the rags. Go and find Mangal Patesa.
Yeah.
Find our rag, that where our music sits. Get those chords and sit down with that now. And let me start making music from there.
Right.
Which we could continue to keep saying, hey, this belongs to Trinidad and Tobago.
I see you're talking about a lot of advice for the artists and how they could get back to basics. Let me ask you something. Are we going to have a little fun now?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of different directions this could go into. You, as the artist, you've worked with so many individuals in terms of collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to play a little quick game here. You need to pick one of the two. We're going to call it the collaborative game. If you could work with either Kes or Bunji, who will it be?
Bunji.
Nice. Bunji. Okay. The goddess, Arti or Savita?
Well, I work with both of them.
The battle of the eyes. GI or KI?
You put in Jai.
You put in Jai in the
You put in JAI in a very peculiar spot.
Where I and I kind of rough.
Yeah. I mean, both of them as my friends. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Trinidad Killer or K-Man 6?
Yeah, if you know he's
well, I don't know who's the second guy. Sorry to say. So I gotta go with Killer.
Yeah, I go with Killer.
Yeah, he's been doing great things in New York City, right? Now ask you something. If you have to bust a line between, you gotta go in a room and bust a line between, you rather line with Saddam Hussein or Colum Mbert?
Mbert is my partner.
All right, good.
I line with you right through.
Right through.
I'm a boy.
If you had a line with Donald Trump or Keith Rowley?
I with Keith Rowley right through.
Normal.
I'm a boy. Yeah. I a total local, you know. Me, I don't want to be, you know.
Yeah.
If you could have a dinner with either Priyanka Chopra or Kamala Prasad Visasa.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Priyanka, I go with Priyanka.
You going to Priyanka one time?
One time.
Is it curry chicken or chicken curry?
Well, as a Trinidadian, I would say it's curry chicken.
Right, don't just, I hope it in the
but if you come to eat by me, I serve chicken curry.
Do you make the chicken curry?
I actually have a Guyanese girl who's do the cooking for me.
So you don't do no cooking in the restaurant?
I just do all the ordering. So you see, like even in Trinidad, I still ordering all the drinks, all the stocks, everything.
All right.
But I can't cook. Listen, I can't cook. I don't have no ambition to cook. It have people to do that. You think I want you to come and sing?
No.
If I want good food, I call Jason.
Right.
Tell us one thing people don't know about you at all. This is the first time they go hear it.
I don't really like roti.
You don't like
really?
Roti?
Yeah, and I don't eat doubles.
You do eat doubles?
And I don't like pepper.
Well, I do eat pepper.
If you see me buy a doubles, man, it's because I really have no choice.
You know, the funny thing about it is, you think about these fellas, Rikki, you're thinking river, rum, duck, alcohol, pepper, roti, doubles, you know?
Right.
Figure the
So you see how the misconception?
Yeah. You think
People
about
think chutney, they think rum. They think Rikki Jai, they think chutney. So they think automatically Rikki Jai is chutney and rum. But I stopped eating meat since 1993. I actually invented the word vegan. Vegan wasn't wrong in them days. I was so hardcore vegetarian. I wasn't eating in outside places and things, right? I was prepping all my food at home. Back in the day, I was calling my partner, Kerry Imrit. Kerry, how to boil the dal, boy? All right, I boil the lentils. What to do now? It bust? No, it a bust. For a little period in my time, a little time in my life, I cook.
Right.
But I ain't like it. I enjoy that. That's too time consuming. I don't watch the pot.
Oh, it tastes good. Tell me the truth.
Well, it's only I alone eating it, so it tastes good. I wasn't cooking for nobody.
All right. I get you. People know you to be a cuss bud?
No. I
good boy?
I a man don't cuss something too much. I mean, if somebody get me upset, I might let out some expletives, but other than that, I try to avoid that.
Right.
There's not so much culture around Chutney-Soca Monarch time. You always hear in a Rikki Jai story, somebody don't like you, your colleagues, this and that. What do you think has caused that, boy? It always, when is that silly season time?
Jason, let me explain something. Marshall Montano really put this the best that I have ever heard. Everybody out there who don't like me, they really want to be me.
They want to be you.
They want to be me.
Yeah.
Every artist out there, and I say this without any malice or I ain't blowing my two horn on my head or nothing. The truth about this is that success breeds contempt.
Mm-hmm.
And I, being one of the most successful artists in the history of Chutney-Soca Monarch, in the history of the culture then, there's no other Indo-Trinidadian artist like myself that straddles Calypso, Soca, Chutney, Parang. So all through the year, you hear Rikki Jai. So when you see a lot of artists out there don't like me, it's not that they like me, they like me.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they love me.
Yeah.
And I love them back. But the truth is, hear what they're saying. But this man again, we a chance at all.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
And it's the same thing as happened with Marshall.
Yeah.
And I'm only using Marshall because he's at the other end of the spectrum. And we talk and he say, well, boy, Rikki boy, don't worry, nobody they want to be you, boy. It's not that they like you. When they're in a fete or they're in the house or whatever, they whining low to Rikki Jai. But once that competition come around, once that money, prize money and thing come around, then you see the other side of people. But I live with it. I really couldn't be bothered. I have 5 letters that I teach to GI and many others in the industry. 5 letters that will change your life forever. FOCUS. S.
Focus.
Become a racehorse. Put on your blinders and focus on what you want.
Okay.
And delete or ignore everything that everybody else is saying.
Right.
Because what they're saying is not really for your betterment. It is for their betterment. Right. So you don't need to hear that. I don't need to hear that. Why Rikki Jai give people a chance? I don't want to hear that. Oh, Rikki Jai win enough. I don't want to hear that. I know what I want to achieve in life. I know what I want to get forward. And there's only one way to do it. Focus on what matters. Focus on what what goals and aspirations you put in front of you. The minute you let these things distract you, well, then you're on the road to failure.
Yeah.
You're on the road to, you're running off the cliff. You understand?
I understand.
Remember them 5 letters. Focus.
Yeah. If last as we wrap up, if you could give 10-year-old Rikki Jai some advice now, what would you tell him?
Say, boy, Rikki Jai, at 10 years old, stop eating so much of your mother's sweet rice now, boy. I was a little fat little fella back in the day. Yeah, I eating out dal and rice and bhaji every day. Sweet rice, I said, boy, when I was going to school, they called me a duck. One big, my pants, what I'm saying? I like a duck bottom outside there. You know what I'm saying? Belly in front. Yeah. So if I had to tell Rikki Jai at 10 years old something, I say, hey, eat a little less. You know what I mean?
We come to the end. I want to play a little word association with you too. Let me tell me, word association is I say a word or a name, and you just tell me what comes to mind. It could be one word or a couple words, right? Raymond Ramnarine.
Bollywood King.
Right.
Yeah.
K.I.
Chutney King.
George Singh.
Chutney-Soca Monarch.
Rowley.
People's National Movement.
Kamala.
Everybody wins.
And you know he liked to win.
And you know, yes,
man.
And tell me, Gary Griffith.
Gary Griffith. I will get them in the east, get them in the south, get them in the north, and get them in the west.
All right, he get them, he did. And tell me, Sundar Popo.
The king. The ultimate king.
Yeah. That's the ultimate.
The ultimate. They just call me the ultimate king, right?
Yes, I know that.
But I would say you really can't touch Sundar Popo with a 10-foot jandy.
Right.
Yeah.
Boss.
Boss.
Well, boy, I'm so happy to have this conversation with you today, Mickel and myself. For everybody out there watching the podcast, let us know who you would like us to bring on the show. Comment below, write the questions so we'll be able to get on to them. Make sure to check out Mickel Maraj, myself, Chef Jason Peru on Instagram, Facebook, and where else again? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? TikTok, all of these mentions.
And if you have any products that you're looking to advertise, reach out to us. Right, if you want to have it on the show displayed. And again, thanks again to Rihanna for the lovely desserts we had here today.
King, the 9-time King.
Thank you.
9-time King,
for having me, guys. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to talk about what I love most, which is
most
music,
definitely.
Because I'll end by saying this. Music is not what I do; it's who I am.
And
right? We was real happy to have you here today, Rikki.
So we're out. See you in the next one on the front burner.